I told the engineering firm we had then that I wanted fiber, and I was told I couldn't have it. So we got rid of that engineer and got another one that said I could have all the fiber I wanted. My name is Roger Johnson, and I started here the 1st of July, 1964.
Hi, my name's Harvey. Worked for Dickie Rural from about 1970 until I retired in 97.
The company back then was in not very good shape. Their vehicles, a lot of them they had to lease because they couldn't afford to buy them. They were then based on a 40-hour work week. So when I got my 40 hours in along with most everybody outside, probably Wednesday or Thursday you were done for the week, but they said you can't go anywhere because we might need you. Way back then, the company had bought a cable plow and a bobcat with a backhoe on it and some cable, and REA came down and said you can't afford to have it, get rid of it.
And like Roger said, things were not good. They had made a deal that if we put in the end toll, we would get some of the money. So that was what I was doing, was wiring that in. So they had started to, I guess they buried cable, didn't they? And divided the lines up so everybody had a single line instead of the party line. That way they could get a little more revenue.
Or the engineer came out with a design for our one party. REA came down and said, you can't afford it. We sat in the boardroom for a few weeks, paring it all down and changing the design. And after we did get the one party and had it all working in that, I believe, if I'm right, they raised the rates for $1 a customer, and they found out it wasn't enough money. They didn't have enough money to operate for the rest of the year. So RUS came in again and sat there, and I was a plant superintendent at that time and wanted to know what I was going to spend for the rest of the year. We ended up having to get a $75,000 emergency loan to operate the rest of the year. So the things that probably helped a lot was, that was about the beginning of when fiber came into existence. So that was the beginning of your Dickie Rural fiber.
After you got the high speed, you can get your TV and everything over the phone line if you want it. So the technology has just changed tremendously. We put on our time so we could see that the company kept going, did a lot of work changing.
The company should be proud of a lot of things. When we did get fiber, a bunch of companies got together and formed DRN that give us a statewide network with everybody in sharing some of their fiber within their own areas. Helped a lot of companies and worked out good in my mind. When they bought the U.S. property and gained 6,000 customers, that was something that Dickie Rural went from about having a little over 2,000 or 2,500 customers into having an additional 6,000. The company had quite a growing pain overnight. They even our computer system was too small. Had to buy a new computer and expand all that. I retired the end of 2000. I worked here 36 and a half years.
I retired in 1997, and I had worked here, I believe, 27 years.
From where they were, from bankruptcy and the poorest in the state to being one of the better off, in my mind.
Well, I would say that it was pretty nice working with the crew that was here. They were a pretty great bunch of guys.
I've been fortunate enough to have all good employees. I feel very fortunate to have been here.